Fear is the disease. Hustle is the antidote. Fear is the disease. Hustle is the antidote. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, go after it. In a lot of ways, it's not the money that allows you to do new things. It's the growth and the ability to find things that people want and to use your creativity to target those. As an entrepreneur, I try to push the limits. Pedal to the metal. Uber is efficiency with elegance on top. That's why I buy an iPhone instead of an average cell phone, why I go to a nice restaurant and pay a little bit more. It's for the experience. Our whole goal is to drive the cost of taking an Uber below the cost of owning a car. We like to think of Uber as the cross between lifestyle and logistics, where lifestyle is what you want and logistics is how you get it there. Keep the competitive leads warm, get your deal oversubscribed, because until your deal is done, it's just a nice fantasy in your head. We have to bring out the truth about how dark and dangerous and evil the taxi side is. When there's no other dude in the car, the cost of taking an Uber anywhere becomes cheaper than owning a vehicle. So the magic there is, you basically bring the cost below the cost of ownership for everybody, and then car ownership goes away. The regulatory systems in place disincentive innovation. It's intense to fight the red tape. The world is going to go self-driving and autonomous. Because 1 million fewer people are going to die a year. Traffic in all cities will be gone. Significantly reduced pollution and trillions of hours will be given back to people, quality of life goes way up. My politics are, I'm a trustbuster. Very focused. And yeah, I'm pro-efficiency. I want the most economic activity at the lowest price possible. It's good for everybody, it's not red or blue. There are hundreds of thousands of Uber partners, and we are creating 50,000 jobs per month. You're asking somebody who has a wife and is really happily married, so, what's your next wife going to be like? And I'm like, what? There has to be a large number of people and routes that are lined up together. One part is liquidity and the other part is product. There's a lot that can go wrong. If you bring that scrappy fierceness with you, it works until you get big, when really pushing all the way really feels uncomfortable. When you're the little guy that's lauded, that's heroic. We have this culture valued at Uber, which we call the champion's mindset. And champion's mindset isn't always about winning. It's about putting everything you have on the field, every ounce of passion and energy you have. And if you get knocked down, overcoming adversity. You can bend reality, but you cannot break it. If you get stuck too much with the way you want the world to be, you will find that the world passes you by. Grit your teeth and claw your way to success. There's just no easy way to do it. You won't be a good entrepreneur if you are satisfied after solving one problem. There are always bigger challenges. Based on my experience, I would say that rather than taking lessons in how to become an entrepreneur, you should jump into the pool and start swimming. At Uber, we say, always be hustling. Even if you are an introvert and you haven't got hustle in you, you better get a co-founder who does. And if you haven't got enough hustle to find a co-founder who's got hustle, it's going to be tough. You've got to have a little hustle in you. The one who follows the crowd never gets ahead of the crowd. There is a core independence and dignity you get when you control your own time. You have to be willing to stand up for what you believe in, and the rule of law is one of those things. If you are focused on profits right out of the gate, you're gonna have the smallest profitable business that has ever been seen. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does pay for therapy. At the end of the day, you still have to make something people want. You have to find a way to produce it. You have to find a way to distribute it. Being Uber means being efficient. Stand by your principles and be comfortable with confrontation. So few people are, so when the people with the red tape come, it becomes a negotiation. Ultimately, progress and innovation win. Competition is good. I got really good at negotiating from a place of weakness. What I like to say when you get into something that feels like a bubble or, at least, feels irrational is that you still want to build a company that has a strong discipline, business building culture. I don't believe that you can make decisions on anything without having all of the details. The world isn't always great. If you're operating from strong principles, you can compromise when the person on the other side is operating from principles you respect. I wake up in the morning with a list of problems, and I go solve them. In my first startup, I didn't get any salary for 4 years, so I had to move back with my parents. If somebody can offer value at a cheaper price, they should. But that also means Uber should, too. Competition is fun. The way I try to simplify my job is that I have 2 lists. I have a list of all the crazy, interesting problems that I get to solve every day or that need to be solved, and I have a crazy list of things I'd like to invent. And I kind of just prioritize them and work my way down, and try to simplify what I do when managing a big company. Imagine if you put many, many years of your life into something and were passionate about it, and you spent every waking moment putting love into it and trying to make it better, and people didn't understand that. You'd want them to. I'm an engineer by trade, and what engineers do is they go and build, and they don't think a lot about storytelling. It's not just about building for your city or country, but now is the time when innovation is going global. It's a lie to yourself and everyone around you. If you feel like you need to fake it, then you should check yourself. Go as long as you can scrapping, get your technology and your traction as far as you can, and you will guarantee yourself the best fundraising process. If you're not tough enough, you don't get gritty, you don't hold on to your position, there are enough forces out there that will take you out. So the guys that are left as CEOs are the guys that should be CEOs. I did a company called Red Swoosh, which was 4 to 5 years too early to market. The first 4 years I didn't pay myself, that meant living with my mom. That meant not getting any girls, that's for sure. That meant a lot of hard times. That meant hearing 100 no's a day, every day for 4 years straight. Which quotation do you like the most? Don't forget to subscribe.